Today I'll be showing you the process for upgrading or replacing memory and a SATA drive in a laptop. So some laptops have screws on the bottom that you need to undo in order to access these things. Some of them have these tabs like you will notice here. The tricky part about doing these tabs with one hand, as all of my videos show you how to do things, is that if you push the tab across just one side, it's not going to eject the battery or the bottom plate. So what I like to do is I will push one tab over such that it starts to eject, and then prop it up a little bit, then eject the other side, pull the battery up, and then you can ensure that the bottom is ejected. So then you give a little push. That. We get our bottom of the laptop off. Set that back here. So here, you can see the memory right here. That's really nice and easy to eject. We'll just use our screwdriver, making sure not to scrape the memory. Just push the little retainers back on either side, and the memory will pop up like that. So you would either get your replacement memory or upgrade memory, slide it into the slot, push it down, and you're done. As far as the SATA drive goes, that is what we'll find right here. So we're going to just remove the retaining screws. There are 4 of these in this particular model. One screw. 2, 3, and 4. And to remove the drive, you need to first disconnect the drive from the SATA connection. And for this particular model, it looks like the drive won't pull back nicely with a little tab, so I'm just going to pull it backwards like that. Then we'll lift up and out, and you'll notice there are screws holding it into this little caddy right here. So to remove those with one hand, what I do is just kind of pin it up against the table between myself and the table. And there are 4 of these screws as well. They apparently really don't want these drives coming loose. So now we'll take our other 2 out. And now you can access your drive here. Pop it out of the caddy just by giving it a gentle push. And now you could install your new or replacement SATA drive, slip it back into the caddy, get your tab done there because there's a bit of this particular caddy that is kind of flimsy, and they just use it to hold things very loosely in place. And I'm not all too worried about that actually, so what we'll do is go ahead and put our screws back into the caddy, holding the drive in the caddy. I find it helpful to back the screw out a little bit so you can actually feel the threads line up, so you know you're not going to cross thread your screws going into the drive. So you'll notice here, backing out a little bit. Feel it drop down, then you can tighten up your screws. You don't want to over tighten because you could strip out the threading in the drive itself, which is the same reason that I do backing out the screw to make sure we line up the thread just right. I actually do the same when I do things like spark plugs and that sort of stuff. So here we're on our last screw now. Now what we'll do is line up our drive and push it into place so it lines up. And these little tiny screws sometimes can be difficult to get into place, so what I like to use is one of these screw grabbers and grab the little small screw and set it into place like that. You can do it for all four at once or individually if you like. In this case, I'm going to do, at least try to do all four at once, but it looks like it's not quite lined up until I tighten down at least a screw. So here our first screw is tightened up, which helps the other ones line up. Now we're going to move on to one of the back screws and get everything lined up just right. And this has actually a little bit of lift to it here, so we can nice and easily put these two back ones into the caddy and then push it down into the chassis and tighten it up. Looks like one of the screws just came loose. And here it is, it popped up on the top. So let me reseat that screw. There's that. And now our last screw will get in there. If you find this video helpful, please do like, share, and subscribe. And if there's anything else you'd like to see how to do one-handed, please do comment, and I'll do my best to put something together. Now to wrap up this particular process, what I'm going to do is take the bottom of the laptop and push it back on against myself, line up the battery, push it down, and if you were going to use your working laptop now, you would just flip it over and turn it on, but this is what I'm going to dispose of, so this was just for demonstration purposes. Again, if you do find this helpful, please like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, have a good one.